Hey, aloha guys, it's Evan here. Thanks for stopping in today to What's Your Fuel? And today's video is going to be about coming into the Philippines. So as some of you might know, since my last video, I'm going to be jumping into a yacht race that is going to start from Subic Bay in the Philippines, and it's going to go across the Pacific to Seattle. That's the first leg. But today's video is not about sailing or yacht racing. It's about getting into the Philippines, part of it anyway, okay? So if you're planning on coming to the Philippines, it's important that you do a few things in advance to make the whole thing a little bit smoother. Okay, the first thing is you're gonna wanna get your PCR test done within 24 hours. And I don't know how it is in your city, but in Honolulu, there is at the airport site, and you get your results in like less than 4 hours. So I would highly recommend doing that 24 hours in advance, so you get the QR code early, because that's going to matter at the airport. If you're flying into the Philippines, you're going to need to upload all your information, including that PCR code, to a site called One Pass or One Health Pass. It's the Philippine government's tracking system for people that have COVID, okay, or that are coming into the country to track people. Okay, so you're going to want to get your PCR test. It's going to be negative. You can still come into the Philippines if you're positive, but you're going to have to quarantine for a minimum of 3 days. If you're negative, it's great to have that QR code, because the One Health Pass, you're going to load in your response of negative, your result of negative, and then you'll be able to go through. So that health pass is going to be key. And at the airport, it was packed, and a lot of people didn't have all of that stuff done. It's a pretty lengthy thing to fill out, so if you can get it done before the airport, that'll be great. The Philippines just opened up on the 10th to foreign travelers with tourist visa. You don't need to have a visa per se. You can just come, and it's a 30-day tourist visa. And if you're going to extend, which for me I needed to, my race doesn't start until the 20th of March. I needed to extend, okay? Just today, I heard on YouTube another person saying that they're not doing any extensions in the Philippines. That is false. They are, because I just had one done yesterday. I would highly recommend, if you're going to do an extension for your tourist visa in the Philippines, that you do not wait until the last minute, even like the last week. As soon as you land, the next day, or as soon as you can go to get your extension done, get it done. Because yesterday I went in there, it was Valentine's Day. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. Went in there and I was in and out of there in 15 minutes. And I had done these in the past prior to COVID, and I mean it would take hours of sitting in there. I have a feeling that once foreigners are here and they're going to be doing their extensions closer to the date, that 30-day mark, it's going to be crowded. So get it done now. No need to worry about it. They don't stamp your passport anymore. They don't put a sticker in anymore. It's loose papers. So make sure you hold on to those. Okay. On getting back to like flying over, my flight was the first flight into the Philippines from Hawaii with foreign travelers, outside of the Philippines, non-foreign nationals on it. And it was packed. Like, there was no seats available. At the gate, there was and I went 4 hours early. So what I ended up doing was booking business. I upgraded to business class. I was so lucky to get that upgrade. Super worth it for a couple of reasons. One, you get treatment. You get a good treatment. Two, you're the first to get off that plane, the first to get to the immigration area, which they're gonna check all of your COVID stuff. If your shit is not in order, it's gonna take a while. Mine was in order and it took a while. It took probably 10 minutes to get through the pre-screening area prior to getting to the immigration officials. So make sure that if you can, get a seat that's close to the exit, or get into business class, because you want to be off that plane first. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck behind a few hundred people that are all trying to get this thing done, and it takes each person with their stuff in order 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so imagine the wait. And there's only like, I think there were 6 stations that was doing this. So 6 into 250 people, right? It's nuts. Long time. I was out of immigration super fast. They're very well prepared for the influx of people over here. And then and I had a ton of bags. So yeah, super fast. If you have people that want to come to the airport, they can come. That was another thing that I wasn't sure about. So I had a friend come over, and because I wasn't sure about taxi situation or anything like that, I arranged a ride to pick me up. So that was really good. So if you can do that, even better. You don't have to wait for a Grab or get ripped off by a taxi at the airport. You can just jump in with your guy. If you got a lot of bags, throw your shit in there, you're gone. There's no need to quarantine. If you're negative, you don't have to quarantine. Nobody's really regulating anything now over here. For the most part, you know, mask mandates and stuff, it's pretty loose. My feeling here is that in the Philippines, people are just sick of being locked down and sick of wearing masks and all that stuff. So people wear them, but they're kind of like, you know, they got their nuts hanging out like that. You know, they got their nose hanging out. And sometimes mine even slips down. Like, so it's because I wear mine real loose. Excuse me. So, so that being said, yeah, it's pretty loose. Everything is open, malls, restaurants. You don't need to show your vaccination card in at least what I've seen so far, and I've eaten out every day, lunch and dinner. I've been to all the malls, very laid back. Nobody's asked me once for my vaccine card. Yeah, okay, and yeah, so that being said, man, there's a lot of opportunity over here. If you have or have relatives or friends that are Philippine nationals that can open retail spaces, there's a lot of open retail space. There is a lot of opportunity here in the Philippines, and I think once they're fully open and things kind of start returning back to normal, the Philippines is going to rebound really quick because people are hungry now. There's a lot of people out there willing to work because they haven't worked in a while. There's a lot of people that want to succeed, and I'm super grateful to be here, man. It's good. It's a good time. I'm here at the Dusit Thani Hotel in their garden, and I couldn't be happier. It's a great time to be here. Looking forward to the race, and thanks you guys for tuning in. I know it's been a while, and sorry not sorry, just been real busy. I redid my whole house, got that thing on the market right now. I'm gonna sell it, cleared all my debt, so when I jump on this boat to go race across the Pacific and then eventually over to England, Ireland, and then London actually, I have a clean slate and the future is bright, my friends. All right, so hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you're happy and healthy and doing all good wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for coming on and being a part of this channel and following along. I truly appreciate you, and I'm grateful. All right, see you guys later. Love you. Bye.